Hey YouTube, welcome to another video from SkinnyMedic. I want to take just a few minutes and talk about a subject, and it's about a WRL situation or a crap hits the fan situation. I've done a video in the past about why I'm a prepper, and I kind of hit on this a little bit, but I wanted to talk to you guys, and probably I'm talking to the choir here if you subscribe to my channel, because hopefully if you subscribe to my channel you are prepping and you are getting prepared for whatever situation that you're prepping for. And I hope this video gets out to people who are not prepping. That's who this target is people who are not prepping. Last week we had a big storm hit the Northeast, and people were not prepared for it. The TV government people came out and said that you needed to have a week's worth of food for you and your family. And guess what happened to the grocery stores? Poof! All the food, water was gone. So now these people are crying out for help because they have no food, no water for their families. There's no gasoline, there's no fuel in the Northeast. So people are really struggling right now. This massive storm in the Northeast is about a week later now, and people still don't have power. Still, people do not have food and water for their families. People were not prepared for this storm to hit. And we talk about a WROL situation, we talk about a crap hits the fan situation as preppers, and I wanted to explain that this isn't just some big catastrophic event. This is something that happens on a daily basis for people. A crap hits the fan situation is a house fire. The breadwinner loses their job for the family. And that's something that you need to be prepared for, and have food rations set out for a week, 2 weeks, even a month of food. That if you can't afford to buy food for your family, that you have a stockpile set up for yourselves. Sometimes I think people get the crap hits the fan situation as this huge catastrophic event, and it can be, but sometimes it's just the little things that cause us to have to be prepared, to have food, to have extra toiletry sitting around. All that is being prepared. For a crap hits the fan situation, you may or may not need your prepper group. You may be able to survive on your own. You may have enough preps on your own to survive for a little while. But a WRL situation, you're gonna need some help. You're gonna need a group of people to help you out through the situation, and that's where my prepper group will come in handy. Is, you know, in a WRL situation where we've lost containment, there's no police, there's no fire, there's no pre-hospital care, then my prepper group, the group of us that work together as preppers, would come together. When I think about a WRL situation, without rule of law situation, I think about a situation where the local community, the police, fire, EMS have lost control of the situation. And I think that a crap hits the fan, if it's big enough, can turn into a WRL situation. I hope a global WRL situation or a countrywide WRL situation never occurs, but we have seen it in the past. New Orleans was a good example of this, where the local police, fire, EMS, they all lost control, they lost containment of the situation, and people had to be prepared for that. And I think in a true WRL situation that I would have to rely on my prepper group. In a true WRL situation, I feel like my prepper group, the group that we work with on a weekly basis, would come together. We have communications set up where we can talk to each other, and we have centralized locations where we would meet and come together, and hopefully that would help us to survive the situation better. I think the mainstream media has put a target on preppers as bad guys, as people that are crazy, people that are out there. But if for those of you who are preppers and you're in the Northeast, you are a lot more prepared than everyone else, and you're probably doing okay on yourself. If you have generators, you had extra fuel, you had food, water for your family, you are much more prepared than the average person was for this big storm that hit. Like I said earlier, I hope this video gets out to people who are not prepping. You know, those of you who subbed to my channel, thank you very much. But I hope and pray that you are preparing, and you are a little more prepared than the next guy. I'm not saying that you have to just go out and buy a year's worth of food, a year's worth of water. Start a little bit at a time. If you have enough food and water for your family for 3 days, that's awesome, that's great. If you have enough for a week or 2 weeks, even better. But you've got to start small with the little things and get prepared. Make a list of stuff you want. Write it down. Check it off. Exit off your list when you get those things prepared for yourself and your family. I hope this video helps. You never know, and you'll be the first responder.